discuss how SPF is made, how chemical reactions, and spray foam quality. Spray foam insulation is manufactured on-site by mixing two components, isocyanate, also called iso or A-side, and a resin, also called polyol blend or B-side. These materials typically start in a drum on the back of a spray rig and are pumped into a proportioning unit where they are heated and pressurized, and then pumped down 200 to 300 feet of hose to a spray gun where the two materials are mixed and spray applied to a substrate, like a wall cavity, under a roof, or on top of a roof. When the A-side and B-side mix, they lead to several reactions. First, the polyol and isocyanate react to create the plastic formation reaction, and this reaction generates heat, also known as an exothermic reaction. The heat from the reaction, or the chemical reaction itself, generates the blowing reaction, which turns the blowing agent to gas, forming tiny bubbles inside the plastic polyurethane matrix and causing foam expansion. These gas bubbles and the surfactant determine the type of cells and the cell structure. The resulting plastic solid mass has beneficial properties for insulation and roofing applications. When polyurethane materials mix, there are several stages of the reaction that are significant: cream time, gel time, tack-free time, and cure time. Cream time, described for when the brown liquid turns a creamy color, identifies when the reaction begins and is used to determine the speed of the reaction at various ambient temperatures and to help ensure the applicator does not spray unreacted chemicals on top of the reacting chemicals. Gel time is the point when the polymer formation begins, and if sampled at this time, a string of material would pull away from the foam. Tack-free time is when the SPF is no longer sticky and is dry to the touch. At this point, the foam can be sprayed over with another layer. And cure time is the point at which SPF reaches its maximum physical properties. Within the first hour, SPF will reach 90% of its curing and will have obtained at least 90% of its maximum physical properties. As the heat subsides, the cure time slows down, and full cure can take 24 to 72 hours depending on ambient temperatures. Ambient temperatures can significantly affect a spray foam product, and these application conditions vary across the country from day to day and week to week. So it is important to know that there are various commercially available resin formulations with different reactivity speeds to be used in different temperature conditions. Matching the reactivity with the operating conditions you will be working in will produce the desired surface texture and cell structure. For example, a winter formula has to offset the effect of the colder weather. This means the formulation will have a faster reactivity profile than regular formulation, primarily due to a catalyst modification. The physical properties and application of SPF depend on the proper proportioning and mixing of SPF components. It is important that the manufacturer's recommendations be followed regarding material temperatures and pressures as controlled by the proportioning equipment, ambient temperature and humidity, substrate types, temperatures and conditions, and application thickness. These guidelines can generally be found on the manufacturer's technical data sheets for your products. Additionally, maintaining daily job site records can help you manage your applications on a day-to-day basis. It is highly recommended to record environmental conditions, including ambient temperature, relative humidity, substrate temperature, and substrate moisture content, as well as processing settings, including A, B, and hose temperature settings, pressure, drum temperature, and your processing results, how many pounds of material you use, and how many board feet of foam you make. Keeping these records allows you to monitor application history, track performance, and keep an eye out for any trends that may form with environmental conditions and processing settings so that you can optimize your application process. When all goes well, the spray foam you manufacture on site will be good quality and will completely cure and be inert within 1 to 3 days. However, it is important to be familiar with several variations of poor quality foam. Most commercially available SPF systems today have a mixing ratio of 1:1 by volume, or 1 part resin blend to 1 part isocyanate by volume, and the equipment for these spray systems have fixed displacement 1:1 ratio pumps. Slight variations in density will result from mechanical tolerances of the spray equipment, but the SPF formulation will generally provide proper results as long as the ratio of the A and B components are within plus or minus 2% by volume. Outside of these parameters, the applicator should be aware that off-ratio foam is poor quality and undesirable. If the mix is lacking B component, known as A or iso-rich, the resulting SPF may be darker in color, shiny, have a glassy cell structure causing brittleness or friability, and the density of ISO-rich foam will typically be higher than the manufacturer specifications. This means the system is not getting enough resin. Look on the resin side for the issue. If the mixture is lacking a component known as B or resin-rich, then the resulting SPF will generally be chalky, soft and spongy, and lower in density than the manufacturer specifications. This means the system is not getting enough ISO. Look on the ISO side for the issue. Also note, all off-ratio foam should be removed from the job site and discarded as waste.
I love questions. Anyone out there, feel free to shoot in a question. I'll give you an email address right here for any questions you have. Send them to questions@sprayfoamadvisor.com. sprayfoamadvisorsingular.com. So questions@sprayfoamadvisor.com. Go ahead and send those questions in. I'll get to as many of them as I can, and I'll try to incorporate a select few into some of my weekly videos. And of course, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the blog if you haven't already done that. Find us on YouTube and like us, like and follow us there. And check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Find us on all of your favorite social media sites, and you can keep up with the words of wisdom coming out of Spray Foam Advisor. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on some more videos. Take care.